It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning. Oh, that's cute. Look at you. Aren't you slick? Son of a gun.
David's going to get mad I'm using his character.
Good morning. It is the morning show here on XL7. It's Monday, the 11th day of December. It is 2 weeks for Christmas. 2 weeks.
And I haven't really said, I know it's coming up. I mean, everybody knows it's coming, but 2 weeks, that kind of hits home.
Yeah, really.
I'm not ready.
I know. Who is? I don't know. We got stuff up at the house and some lights, and Linda made the front look real pretty, and she made the inside look pretty. But it's still, when I looked at the calendar this morning, when the date came up, it's like, when you look at it, it's different when you look at it just as a date.
Yes.
And when you look at it on the calendar and you see that, okay,
wait,
11, 18, 25.
But when somebody tells you 2 weeks, that just ruins it for me. No.
No, but it is the holiday season. We need to all remember that, and the reason for the season. And we're all blessed to be here in this great country and this great county, in these great counties that we talk to every day, and to thank those that watch us every day, and those who are here, whether I'm here or Bob's here or David's here, whatever the case may be. Scooter's always here. And
I live here.
He's got a little cot over there. You can't see it, but there's a cot over there. And to be as blessed as we are to be here, but it's kind of difficult because it's not really cold, and it's not really. I mean, it's cooler this morning. It's in the 20s, but with no snow and things like that, and not even seeing snowstorms on the national weather. Where you're
I think
picking it up.
our odds of having a white Christmas, God's going to really have to give us a blessing for that.
Yeah.
I don't see it in the future.
Probably, in the future, but maybe not this week or next week.
No.
Hey, thank you all for being here. It's always a pleasure. Bob obviously is not here. He'll be back hopefully Wednesday.
I think so.
And David should be here tomorrow, or me?
David should be here tomorrow.
Oh, okay, so there you go. So you only got to put up with me for one day, and you'll be back to normal right after that.
I say that, knock on wood. You don't know what happens. David's out of town right now. He's on a trip, so he could get delayed, and you never know.
Snowstorm.
We may have you all week. Who knows?
Yeah, we know. We know about that. That we do know about.
I do appreciate you coming in kind of on short notice.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
And
I appreciate Kim. She can't hear me now, but I appreciate what Kim's doing for me in another hour. So that's good.
That's cool.
All comes together.
Everybody works together.
That's what we do. See, we all work
one
together.
One big happy family.
Exactly. Get the job done, and that's what it's all about.
I love it.
Yes, sir. That's why I like to come here. I like to come here, whether I'm doing This Week in Real Estate on Friday or just coming in and doing this, filling in, helping out with different guests that I've come in for and helped out with.
Well, I can tell you, it's a blessing for me because, there's times that, we have two different hosts, and we do that for a reason, so that one's tied up or whatever, we have another one, and nobody's in a bind. But then there are times that both of them are in a bind, and it's like, having somebody to rely on and somebody that is happy to do it. And you can tell you enjoy doing it.
I enjoy doing it, sure.
And you do a great job. And we're grateful to have you.
And it's got a lot to do with the two. They enjoy doing it. It's good. Actually, it's kind of good to have the two hosts. It's kind of like having two quarterbacks or two goalies or whatever the case may be, where you got relief pitchers that are there for each other.
Yep.
Makes a big difference.
It takes some
of the pressure off. I mean, these aren't professional, they work every day. They've got other jobs besides coming here.
Yes.
And that's got a lot to do with it. I mean, if you got to come up with show prep every day, that's a totally different thing. Totally different thing. And that's where some of these guys that do this all day, every day, I should say, 5 days a week, where they get kind of caught up with stuff because they need to fill that 3-hour show.
Yeah.
What have I got? Oh, I heard something about this. And they'll take off on little tangents that they maybe didn't mean to go down.
That's true.
And those kind of things can happen. Whereas doing it the way it's done now. Working 3 days, working 2 days for the boys. That's great.
It works out for everybody.
Oh, yeah, sure. Except for Scooter, who's here every day. Every day.
I enjoy it, though.
Well, obviously.
Well,
the smile on your face. When I come in the morning, you've always got a smile on your face.
And I'm a morning person, so that helps. You can tell by some of the guests that come in that they're not always.
They weren't in the restaurant business for a long time.
No. And I still have that habit of getting up at 3:30 in the morning. And,
sure.
And
sure.
normally
time to make the donuts.
Yeah, it's going in and making the biscuits and doing stuff like that. But I still get up early in the morning, and that's my time, and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Come here, and it's kind of the calm before the storm.
Well, if this is the calm, then the rest of your day is...
the calm was before now.
Was
now,
before. Oh,
now
we're
starting
rolling.
to get a little rocky.
Okay, now we're rolling. All right. Well, that's it. That's good. That's good.
All right, we've got a show to do this morning.
We
Believe it or
do. We
not.
do. There's people waiting for that show, actually.
You think?
There's a few out there.
Yeah, there is.
I know Linda's watching it. Hopefully she mentioned it to somebody else along the way, but...
I got to say good morning to Gigi. She is somebody that watches the show every morning, and
Thank
she
you.
always got positive things to say, so I want to say good morning, Gigi.
Yes,
Hope you
indeed.
have a blessed day.
Good morning. Yeah, yes, indeed. That's great. That's great. And if you could take a second out of your day and call here or send an email here and just say hi. Say, Scooter, love the hat. I love the fact that you and Bob called each other and got color coordinated, even though we had no idea when I got dressed this morning that he was going to look like that. That's okay. It's kind of more Christmassy.
I emailed your wife. No, just kidding.
So just drop a note, a phone call, whatever, and just say hey, and just kind of remind us that you are out there. Sometimes we think it's just us and the monitors and the cameras and things like that, and that we're just kind of sitting here having fun for ourselves, but that's not always the case. But now we will really start the show. I'll do the morning prayer, and that's brought to you by Hospice of the Ozarks. The number is 870-508-1771. Hospice of the Ozarks does a great job. People that are going through the difficulty of having a loved one getting ready to pass that help can't be overstated. We went through it with my mom in August, and I had two people that died this past week, and it's like, geez. So I know what those families went through, and I know how much hospice, the concept of hospice, because one was out of state, helped them to overcome their grief and to get ready for it and just to kind of accept it, as well as making the patient feel more comfortable and making them ready to go as well. And Hospice of the Ozark does a great, great job. They're a local business here. They've done a great job. I know people that have been there, and very good.
You know, their biggest focus is, of course, the patient, to make them their life better on their last days. And, they do that exceptionally well. But they're also there for the family, for any aspect, any needs that the family may have. They're there for the pets.
Yeah.
I mean, they've thought of every angle to make sure that that person is comfortable and knows that everything's been taken care of.
Yeah, and that's what you do. You get a professional to come in to help you when you need something like that. Because the pets, who's thinking about the pets? Yeah. Until it's like, are you watching the dog? No, I thought you were. I thought you had him. You know, and so to help everybody through obviously what is a very, very difficult situation. Hospice of the Ozark does a great job. So I'll ask you to join me in a prayer. I used this a month or so ago, and I had a couple people mention they had heard it and liked it, so I'll do it again. This is a reading from the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Bob. On the 8th day, God created seniors. Most seniors never get enough exercise. In his wisdom, God decreed that seniors become forgetful, so they would have to search for their eyeglasses, keys, and other things, thus doing more walking. And God looked down and saw that it was good. Then God saw that there was another need. In his wisdom, he made seniors lose coordination so they would drop things, requiring them to bend, reach, and stretch more. And God looked down and saw that that was good. Then God considered the function of bladders and decided seniors would have additional calls of nature, requiring them more trips to the bathroom, thus providing more exercise. God looked down and saw that it was good. So if you find as you age, you're getting up and down a lot more, remember, it's God's will. Amen. Morning prayer is brought to you by Hospice of the Ozarks, 870-508-1771. Call them and see what they can do for you. If you know that you got somebody who's getting a little older, they're getting a little, maybe just check somebody into the hospital, give them a call and see what they can do to help you out.
They're there for you.
Yes, indeed.
All right, well, we're going to have a quick word from the Z team.
Oh, I know them.
Yeah, great company. Be right back.
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should call the Z team.
God, TJ did a good job with that commercial.
That whole commercial was funny to
It
do.
really is. I mean, your dad and everybody who sees that go, oh, I love that.
If people could have seen what was off camera, you'd have been dying laughing to see that we came up with that, because off camera was pretty rough.
We had a good time. Everybody had a good time. Good time. So
Great time.
And I thank everybody who does stop and say, that's really great. Thank you. We appreciate that. You got to know that things are working. You got to know
Oh,
that
yeah.
people are paying attention.
Oh, yeah.
There's a reason for all of that.
We get a lot of comments on that commercial. It's just funny.
So the weather is brought to you by the Z Team, as you can see right up. Nope, I was right up here. It's kind
of backwards from what. Yeah,
it is.
It's hard to do.
Counterintuitive. The weather's brought to you by us. Give us a call. Give my honey a call for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Spent the weekend. She was out doing 2 listings and getting pictures and measurements and everything else. And
Just because it's getting closer to Christmas doesn't mean you guys stop.
yeah. Oh no,
By
no. We never
means.
close. There is no stop. And so she, like I say, she was out and got stuff done, talking to people. Buyers are slowing down a little bit because it's Christmas. It's
Yeah,
2
it's the
weeks to
holidays.
Christmas, But they'll pick back up. The
You
rates,
would-
the interest rates are down below 7 for.
You would think if around Christmas time, with people coming in and maybe visiting and
Yeah.
and this and that,
And there'll be
you're
some
going to
of
get
that.
some calls.
Sure.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
definitely,
going to happen.
definitely.
I mean,
People, and it's see, we'll get those calls, Mom, Dad, this house is just too big. What
Yeah.
are you doing with all this stuff? I know you've been trying to get it cleared out, and that's always the biggest thing is people's stuff. That's the kind of stuff that we run into all the time is stuff.
Yeah.
And to go through, start to go through things and
That's
clear
what
things up.
my parents are starting to do right now. Starting to go through, he's got a shop and he's like, hey, some of these tools I'm not using all the time anymore. Need to get out and blah blah. Because that's what they're going to look at doing. They're going to downsize them, and they got a 100-acre farm, and they're at the age where it's like, I can't keep up with the way I want to, and we can't be out there all the time. So.
Right.
It's
And
just
you don't want to get
life.
it. You don't want to have it and have it run down so bad.
Yeah.
That it's not what you want it to be.
Yeah.
That's the tough part. And even guys with shop, they got their little shop in the backyard, and they just physically can't do the things that they used to do, and that's a problem. I gotta stay off of ladders. Please stay off of ladders. I know. I mean, John Montgomery got hurt. Everybody knows John.
And
He
this is
got
a
hurt
time
falling
where
off a
people
ladder.
are climbing up, trying to put up Christmas lights, this and that. No.
Yep, cleaning out the gutters, those types of things, and you really, really got to be careful with ladders. If you're over 60, have somebody come out and do it.
Yeah.
Just please don't get yourself hurt, because we don't recover quite as well as we used to.
Don't bounce
Those
back
little,
as
those
fast.
little aches and pains, like, oh man, they stay with you. So, the weather, that's what we were going to do.
Were we?
Yes, we are.
All right, we'll
Current
do the
temperatures. Current temperatures good first?
Yeah.
Current temperatures. In Mountain Home, it's 28. In Henderson, it's 27. Batesville is 26. Yellville and Marshall are both at 24. Salem is 25. Mountain View's 26. Calico Rock is 28. It's 25 in West Plains. Springfield, Missouri is 27. And St. Louis, Missouri is also 27.
So everybody's in their 20s. I mean,
yeah,
it's about normal.
Yeah.
We're going to take a look. You got some cameras on your back deck.
I
We're
do.
going to take a look because I got a feeling it's going to look a
Can
little
we see
frosty.
can we see there today? Oh, well, it's good. We can see it's not a foggy.
Yes. You can see
Cool.
a little.
There's a
it
little,
looks cold.
little fog out there.
It looks cold.
It does, yeah, it does have that kind of bleak look, and the lights have turned off in the park over there. If you get a chance, go on this at night and watch the lights over in Cotter Park. They have a great light display over there. Drive through it. You can drive through it. You can walk through it. Cotter does a great job for Christmas. They always have, and it gets better every year. So they'll be having the 16th, which is next Saturday, is Santa's coming to Cotter, and they'll have s'mores and hot
Awesome.
chocolate and a bunch of stuff going on over there. It's really just small town America. For those of you like myself who came from bigger cities, and that's what we were looking for was small town America, that's it. Go to Cotter next Saturday and see what it's all about.
That's
and
cool.
I'll wave at you. The cameras move and focus in on different things. You can see traffic, a little bit of traffic down there. There was a bunch of guys fishing on Saturday and Sunday. I thought it was a little cool, but I'm told that that's when the big browns are running. The colder the water gets,
The diehards can have it.
they can. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. No, Bob wasn't out there. So, a beautiful view. Sun's coming up, getting ready to come up over the hill over there. That's the Witch's Hat Water Tower over there in Cotter sticking up. That hill on the far left over there. Is that David's mount? No,
That's Scooter
that's
Mountain.
Scooter Hill?
Yeah.
Scooter Mountain.
Mountain. It's
Oh,
mountain
excuse
now.
me, mountain.
It's a mountain now.
Mount Scooter. And farther out, like is way out there, is Missouri. It's Cotter City Hall there.
You bet.
So you can check and see your textiles at work. See the boys over there foo-foofing and lollygagging. Boy,
Check in
that's a
on 'em.
good clear shot, too.
It is.
You guys done good putting them
And
up.
now you know why we had to be very specific at what it zooms into. Cause it
Yeah, oh, yes, indeed.
homes
Yes,
or
indeed.
anything.
Yeah,
so
no.
we try to
nothing-
stay clear of that.
Yeah,
So
need to be going there.
I'm anxious to see what the. Oh wait, here's the bridge. Hold on. I always love this shot where it starts in close and then just comes out on it.
See where the little red roofed building is down there in the foreground. That's Cotter Park, and that's where they have everything set up for Christmas. And you can see the sun coming up, breaking out into the colors starting to pop in the woods over there. Nice bright sunlight coming through, and it'll warm up. And the temperatures are going to warm up today as well. Today, where do I want to go?
Well, let's go over radar first, real quick.
Over the
See if
radar.
there's anything on the radar.
Is that this one? This one?
Oh, you're going temperatures.
Oh, I don't want that one then. Okay, we'll go to this one.
That's the radar.
That is a
Ta-da!
radar. Ta-da. Okay.
Yeah, may just need to zoom out. There you go.
Okay, look at that. So that's local radar. It wasn't worth zooming out. There's nothing on it.
Yeah, no, we're pretty
There's nothing
clear.
out west. Nothing coming this way. Warm temperatures. We're talking about southwesterly winds today, and the temperature's picking up a little bit. I think there was a little rain down here on the Gulf Coast, and even that seems to be settled down. I don't care about that rain in the ocean.
I think we're pretty
So
clear.
we are dry and clear. Actually, we could probably use a little bit of rain. But so it's going to be a nice day today. Be in the mid-50s by this afternoon. And we'll go from there. Watches, we have no watches of any consequence at all.
No.
Is that
A little
warning?
freeze warning
Freeze
down at
warning
the
down
lower
in
Texas.
Lower Texas.
A little frost over there.
Yeah.
Florida,
It's just
but-
winter. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the 11th of December. That's what you're going to get. 7-day forecast for us here. Extended forecast for Mountain Home, Arkansas. Today, sunny, high of 53. Tonight, low of 31. Tomorrow, 56 and sunny. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy with the low of 34, and that'll help keep the temperatures a little warmer. The clouds help to insulate that. Wednesday is mostly cloudy with a high of 51. Wednesday night, low of 32. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 53. And Friday, partly sunny with a high of 53. So
Just kind of a standard. I mean, just everything's
that's
pretty
nice.
much the
Everything's
same.
pretty
50s
much the same.
and 30s.
Nice. Visibility is 10 miles. Humidity is 66%. The wind is calm right now.
Really, no rain in the forecast.
Nope.
So
It's okay. Lake Norfolk is at 553.28 feet, which is 1.28 feet above the pool of 552. And Bull Shoals is at 651.96, and that is 7 feet below pool of 659. So there's got to be a big ring around the collar if you're driving by Bull Shoals Lake. There's got to be a large brown spot where that
it's dropping.
That's quite a ways down, 7 feet.
And they're running one unit on Bull Shoals. Norfolk's not running any units, but they do have a couple spillway gates open, and they're releasing about 385 CFS, so cubic feet per second.
Yeah, because that's pretty high for them to be over. So, okay.
I think that's it for the weather.
That's it for the weather.
That's it. You got it through another segment.
Fooled them again. Come back. We'll be right back with the morning show here on XL7.
Be right back. Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Do you experience pain, tingling, numbness, freezing, or burning in your feet or hands? Are you tired of painful days and sleepless nights? If you've been diagnosed with neuropathy or are experiencing pain or numbness, pick up the phone and call us right now before it's too late. Neuropathy is a very serious and progressive disease where your nerves begin to break down. With time, it can lead to balance problems, falls, disability, and in some cases, amputation. Our unique program addresses the actual causes and doesn't simply mask your symptoms. Many of our patients start experiencing relief within weeks. There is no use of prescription drugs or surgery. Pick up the phone right now and call to see if you qualify for our neuropathy treatment program that has changed thousands of lives. You do not have to suffer through life any longer. Get back to the life you deserve. Call now before it is too late.
Merry Christmas from your Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora of Century 21. This Christmas season, be sure that you make a difference in someone else's life. Why not fix a plate of Christmas dinner for that neighbor you know is alone? Touch a heart.
A small kindness can go a long way. To wave, smile, and wish a stranger a heartfelt Merry Christmas could touch a life in ways you may never know. Remember his words, whatever you do unto the least of these, you do unto me.
We wish you and yours the blessings of Christmas.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Mow, dig, haul. The L-Series compact tractor offers ultimate versatility, along with a great ownership experience and service that only your local Kubota dealer can deliver. The #1 selling compact tractor in Arkansas, and built-in quality and reliability for a great price. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today. Get the L-Series tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home, providing.
And as you see, this break is brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. They're on 62, just off of what is that over there, 128?
126?
126?
I think it's 126. See, you can't miss it. If you head west on 62, you're going to see them on the right-hand side of the road. They have got tractors from one end to the other along the road frontage. You cannot miss them.
Yeah. And it's right over by the vet. Is right over there.
All Creatures?
All Creatures.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
And they, but Ozark Farm and Lawn, they do a great job. They've got parts for everything. They're a full-service dealership. You can take the stuff for a little drive. You can see how it works. You can explain to them that that's what they do. Again, going back to professionals. Go to them and say, I've got this much land. I'd like it to be able to do this. I want to be able to dig this out, or we want to be able to plant this much of it. You don't need this. Maybe you can get by with just this. And, because being guys, that's what we think. Bigger
is better.
It's always better. And so to have the right equipment that's going to suit your needs and at your price point, that's why you go to a professional, and Ozark Farm and Lawn is who you want to go see.
And the good part is they've got such a variety, and you can go over there and test drive any one of them and use them and operate them and see what fits you, what is going to work, like you said, with your needs and what you're trying to do. They carry tons of implements for anything that you need to add on to that.
A bunch of add-ons. A bunch of stuff to
The
drag
whole
around.
back.
There's no question about that. Yep.
They've got a huge service department and a huge parts department.
Yep.
So.
And they got 4x4s.
Yep.
Side-by-side 4x4s if you just want to go for a ride. You've got some ground, and you want to be able to take them out for a ride, and it's kind of hard to get your leg over the other ones, the two-seater, those single-seaters. You get a nice side-by-side. Come on, hon, let's go for a ride. And you just go, and you can, believe me, you can get up and down.
They're a lot of fun.
They're a lot of fun, and you can still get up and down things.
We got one at the farm, and it's a side-by-side, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's got one of them little drop tailgate, on the back, so we can haul equipment in there if we needed to and different things. It's probably one of the most used things on the farm.
Oh, yeah, I bet. We had one when we were on 604. We had one. And we had a blast with it. I mean, it was good because you're picking up rocks and sticks and twigs and all the other stuff. You don't have to have a huge estate to use one of those and find a good use for it.
That is true.
So Ozark Farm and Lawn, you want to go pay them a visit.
Great people.
Other things on community calendar. I know that, as I mentioned, the 16th at Cotter is the Christmas in Cotter is going to be then. I'm going to say 4-ish probably, but you can find that. You can call the city. You can call Mac over at the city hall, and they'll tell you what the hours are. The library. We're sitting here going through the calendar events from the Chamber of Commerce. It's like the library has stuff every day.
It never ends.
It never ends.
They post everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And I love it that they post that on the Chamber website where you can see everything that's going on, but they're one that really good about keeping everything updated and what's coming up.
Yes, indeed. But there's a couple other things. And tomorrow at 6 o'clock at Raps Barren, there's Ales and Tales, which is also sponsored by the library. So I'm going to guess it sounds like one of those here, hold my beer things, and then you can hear the tale of what happened after that. I wouldn't know anything about that.
I will mention the culture celebration of lights is still going on.
That's still going on.
I have not went through it yet this year. I've went through it multiple times every year going up, and I plan on going through it probably more than once this year. But driving by it, it's growing.
Oh, it is. Yeah, well, I know. And talking to Danny from the Chamber, I mean, it's bigger and better every year.
Yeah.
It keeps getting added to. And I think they were like 2 million lights or something is what the target was for this year. And you can see when you drive through it, if you go, you can see how they're improving the grounds over there. They're putting the walking paths in.
Yes.
The
going underneath the bypass.
They're underneath the bypass now. There's a couple of big pieces of art that are out there. You can drive through it during the day just to kind of get a feel for what it's like. The money goes right back into trying to do better next year.
Yep.
There's a fee for it, but it's not that much, but it goes right back into a more.
It's actually just donations.
Community.
They don't charge to drive through it.
Okay.
But at the end, they will ask for any donations, and the money goes to rebuilding or buying more lights and building it up, and scholarships. Perfect. Those are the two things. So it's great to give. I've been by, and they've got this idea, from Batesville, and Jonesboro has a drive-through light show. And Batesville's is massive, and I think that is their goal. They want to make this a big event where you're having to circle around, you get out and walk around and do a bunch of things. It's really cool.
And we could do that. You could get out and walk around.
Yeah.
We went there one year before the thing was going on. They had Santa Claus was sitting by the fountain in the middle.
Yeah.
And that was cool. And they had different things going on around their choirs and
I'll get the dates because I know Santa is planning on being there again this year. So
I'm sure he is. But I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say he's gonna be at Cottage 16th. I don't know when he's gonna probably make it that following week. He'll be at ASU. And there's a lot of things that go on, and sometimes we find out about them like afterwards. So if you have something going on, you want to call Scooter, and I'm going to give you his number in a second. He's going to give you his number in a second, and call him and say, hey, Scooter, our church is having a whatever it may be, or VFW, AMVETS, whatever it may be. I know that the sisters, the veteran, see, I had that, and I should have left it up there. But what you want to do is you want to call Scooter and say, hey, make sure that somebody's going to talk about what it is we do here. And Scooter's number is
870-404-5981, and that's my cell number. It'll go directly to me. Yeah. We have a number of people that like to stop by the station, drop off flyers or something like. Feel free to.
Yep.
Whatever you need to do, just get in touch with us, get it to us, and we'll get it promoted out there for you.
And coming up in another week and a half, the Military Service Sisters. Another great organization. Yep. They're having their monthly lunch at Bamboo Garden at 12 o'clock on December 29th. Those women do a great job. And everything they touch, they've done. They make us guys look. They do a great job. I'll do it that way. They do a great job. But if you have something, please let us know so we can help you promote it and make it a success. And whether it's here, you can't just think, well, KTLO is the be-all, end-all. There's a lot of other places where you need to promote your stuff.
Yes, you bet. And it doesn't cost anything. Give me your information. Oh, yeah. We'll get it out there.
Yeah. Everything is free.
Happy to promote you.
Yes, indeed.
All right, we're going to
take a break, and we're going to come back with Steve Jones, the athletic director from Yellville Summit Public Schools, and Jackie Davis, the assistant athletic director from Yellville Summit Public Schools. Come back and join us back here at the morning show on XL7.
Providing caring, compassionate services at an affordable price is our goal at Connor Family Funeral Home. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that treats our friends and neighbors just like family, with a wide range of services and options to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area. Connor Family addresses all the details with no hidden fees, so you can rest assured that you are treated like family for a more personalized and worry-free service. That's Connor Family Funeral Home, where compassion and affordability meet, located in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z-Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z-Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
And we're back on the morning show here on XL7. As promised, we have Steve Jones, the athletic director from Yellville Summit, and Jackie Davis, the assistant director from Yellville Summit Schools. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for making the trek down, coming down.
Always looking forward to it. We were terrified we were going to be late today, so we were early.
Well, that's good.
So
it's better to be early. It's better.
So I told Jackie, I said, I've never been this early here before. You know, I'm always like running in while they're on commercial.
No, yeah, we don't know. It's good to
be in
and get settled in.
But we're always glad to be here and talk about Panther athletics. And you know, last week I was talking with Bob, who I guess is on break today or sick or taking a day off or whatever. Anyway, and I was telling him about all the moving parts it takes to have any kind of a sporting event.
Yes, sir.
You know, football, volleyball, baseball, whatever, basketball. There's a lot of people working behind the scenes, and I've said this before. Scooter knows he'll bear witness to this. I always hate naming names when I'm thanking people because invariably, what do you do when you name a bunch of names?
That's right.
You leave one off, and so I got to give a shout out today, or a thank you to Willard Stoops, who has a guide service on the White River, is kind of what he's known for. But for us at Yellville, he shows up 2 nights a week and stands over a hot fryer and makes hamburgers, and they are delicious.
Oh, great!
And does this. I mean, he gets a T-shirt or a cap or something at the end of the year, and a hearty thank you. Attaboy.
Yep.
That's what when I coach football.
It's high school sports.
Yes.
I mean, it's not.
We appreciate your efforts. When I coach football, whenever I would. My thank you was attaboy. Somebody did something good, attaboy. So we give him an attaboy, but I forgot to mention him last week. I wanted to correct that this week.
And his name was?
Willard Stoops.
Stoops, and he's a guide.
He's a guide on the White River,
okay.
yes.
Well,
we'll
give him everything he's got coming.
He's also great at cooking hamburgers because I've had one of his burgers.
They are good.
They are.
Okay. He takes great pride in that. And,
yes.
Our lady that runs the concession, and I aggravate her all the time, Mary Jane Henderson. She makes really good popcorn. And I'll tell her, I went to, Carter Friday night and they had really good popcorn over there. You might want to get that recipe. just to aggravate her. She knows I love her popcorn. But anyway, it is basketball season.
Yes, sir.
And I've got with me today Jackie Davis. She is the assistant athletic director. And speaking of people I need to thank, I've been athletic director for 5 years now, and she's been the assistant that same amount of time. And she does. I say she does the stuff I don't want to do.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of truth to that. I pretend it's the stuff that I don't know how to do. It's computer stuff. Jackie, can you do this or whatever? But she does a tremendous job, and I made up with sports, but probably not quite as much as she is. One thing about it is, I have my favorite sport. She has her favorite sport, and
that's good.
So we'll go to those things all the time. But anyway, just wanted to thank her, and she's here to talk about basketball, and she has a granddaughter that's playing that we've talked about over here before and had around. So anyway, there you go.
So basketball, the divisions, the numbers and stuff mean not a lot to me as far as 6A, 3A, 2B, whatever.
We're Class 2A.
So you're Class 2A, and so you're small town basketball.
Oh yes, very much.
And so, are there enough teams around here, or do you have to travel as much as like the football teams do and things?
Well, we do not have to travel quite as far as they do on a weekly basis, but we do have teams in our conference over in the Fayetteville area, Bentonville area, so we do some of that traveling with our senior high. We do try, when we're playing junior high nights, we try to play more locally, like Cotter Valley, those, Bergman, those area schools.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll move up to 3A next year in basketball, like our football already is, and the traveling actually will improve because there are more, just happen to be more 3A, in a closer vicinity to us.
Oh, that's good.
But there are plenty teams around to play and plenty good teams around to play for sure.
And do you coach the girls?
No, I do not coach. I have in the past. I'm not very good at that. I told Coach Sims.
Okay.
She's being humble.
I'm not trying to call you out.
I told Coach Sims one time, he's our boys coach, I said, just because you really, really, really like basketball doesn't mean you are a good coach. I said, I found out I like the game. That doesn't mean I can coach the game. And that's why we have him and Coach Melton, who are Coach Melton, our girls coach, Coach Sims, our boys, and they're awesome. They are top notch. Coach Couch, Joe Couch, he's just a legend in our area, and we're lucky to have them in that gym with us every day. We've got it going on down there.
And how are they doing? How's the team doing?
So we're reaching that midpoint season, and just coincidentally, our senior girls, our senior boys, and our junior boys are all 5 and 6, so we're almost at 500.
Okay.
I think I could say all three teams have had a really tough, very competitive preseason before we got into conference.
Right. I'm going to jump in real quick.
Yeah, please.
I'm just busting. We did our best to play as many tough schools as we could at the front of the season, because you want to be challenged early.
Sure.
So it looks like 5 and 6. That's not great, but what it does is when we get into conference, I think Miss Davis was actually probably fixing to go right there.
Well, yeah, we've played. Our girls played Marmaduke.
Your tougher teams are done.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about done completely, but we do try to kind of front load that schedule and prepare us for down the road for those tougher teams. Our senior girls are 3-0 in conference right now.
Good for them.
And we really feel like that we have probably, those three teams are going to be right at the top of the conference. So we're off to a good start there. Have won 2 of those games on the road, and that's always big in conference.
Yeah.
Assuming if you can beat them on the road, you should beat them at home.
Right.
Of course, anything can happen. Our senior boys, they're kind of in the reverse of that. They took 2 tough losses on the road, but we feel like when those teams come home, that we're right where we need to be with them. But yeah, and then our junior girls are, I think, 7-2. A really good junior girls team, and they've really started meshing and getting where they, playing like we kind of hoped and expected from them. Junior boys are, they're 5 and 6 also, but young. We start, 3 eighth graders and 2 ninth graders, and those 8th graders are, trying to find their role and make that jump from 7th grade.
Sure.
So, yeah, we're excited about them too. So
I will explain one thing, because I know that you're familiar with the smaller schools. Most of your students are multi-sport athletes, so they're playing in other sports, and having a 5 and 6 record early is not surprising for them, because especially on the boys team, they have to grow as the season's going. Your football players are not allowed to do basketball until football's over. So some of these other teams that they face, have been going for practicing for a month or two and have 10 games before you even start the season, where they can't start it until after those kids get done with football, then they can start playing. So all their growth happens as the season's going.
We really think after Christmas break.
But the benefit between that
really
is every coach will tell you about teams wanting to peak at certain times.
Yeah.
And starting a little bit later puts you in a better shot to peak when it's important.
That's what we're counting on.
And that, yeah.
You know, Miss Davis mentioned that our high school teams are both 5 and 6 right now, but our girls are 3-0 in conference. Is that right? We are so confident in our high school teams right now that we have officially bid to host a regional tournament in Yellville in February. Now, we haven't been approved yet. We have to go.
But you're standing up.
But yes, well, myself and the superintendent, Mr. Harrison, will have to go to Little Rock, and you go before the Arkansas Board of Directors, the Activities Association Board of Directors, and you pitch your case. This is why we should host this tournament. And we have done one before back in 2012, I believe, or
right around
like
then,
that.
yeah, close.
It is a huge deal to host a regional tournament. It's good basketball. It's from different parts of the state coming into play. It means a lot to our small town because those people are they're going to buy gas and groceries and go out to eat and things like this. Huge crowds. We seat roughly 1,200 people. And
that's a big number.
Well, we actually have. If we want to get right down to it, we have as good or better gym than anyone else our size.
Yeah.
Okay. And it still looks brand new, and it's 12, 13 years old or something like that. But
that's a very nice gym.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is,
through some events.
That's kind of a hats off to our maintenance, obviously, our coaches, obviously, and our kids. We've just, since the day that gym opened, we've been, we got to take some pride in this and take care of it.
Yeah.
And we still get compliments of, from various people about how nice it is. And it makes me happy because our kids and our adults take care of it.
They take care of it that way.
We're happy to show it off anytime we can.
At the end of every basketball game, sometimes you'll go to places, other schools, and when the game's over, everyone in the crowd will go stand out on the court and visit and dribble, and that just drives me crazy.
Drives him crazy.
And at Yellville, we try to keep everybody
out
off.
there. Yeah, right. Sure.
But mostly it's my grandkids out there, so I'm like, y'all can get off the court. If I'm not going to let other people out there, y'all can't be either. But we do try to keep people off of it as much as possible and just keep everything looking new. We had an incident about 3 years ago. I was hiking on a mountain in Wyoming, and I get a phone call, and it's our head of maintenance in the gym, and he said, our floor is ruined. That's not a call you want to get in July.
Yeah, so much for a vacation.
Oh, yeah. And I thought, okay, well, maybe he's exaggerating or whatever, and the service is kind of sketchy, and I've come back off the mountain and get back into the town there, and I'm able to get a hold of him, what's happened, and somebody's used the wrong kind of wax on the floor, and it's messed it up. And so anyway, I came back in 2 days. We didn't cut it short. I thought, there's nothing I can do. We get back there, sure enough, he was not lying. So we had to call in a company and come in and completely strip our floor.
Yeah.
And this of course was not cheap.
Oh no.
But the good thing about it, if you want to look at the half full glass, I do. We got a brand new paint job on our gym floor, which made it it went from looking really good to
even better.
Yeah, looking brand new again.
New all over again. Yeah. There you go.
But we're really hoping to get the regional tournament.
Good, and I'm sure you will. On the upcoming regional tournament, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back on the morning show here on XL7.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Experience the best in Mexican dining. Letty's in Gassville. Voted numerous times as the best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Come out for delicious breakfast served all day. Or enjoy an authentic Mexican lunch or dinner. $1.49 tacos on Thursday. 10% discount for seniors every day. No time? Call Letty's and have your to-go order waiting for you. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties, weddings, holidays, or big events. The best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Letty's in Gassville.
Gather round the radio, boys and girls. I have a little story to tell. 'Twas the night before listing, and all through the house, not a computer was stirring, not even its mouse. The CMAs were completed, the contract was signed, with hopes of selling our house in record time. We sellers were resting all snug in our bed, while visions of sold signs danced in our head. The house had been staged, decluttered with care, in hopes that great offers soon would be there. The kitchen was gleaming, the sidewalk swept clean. O spirit of curb appeal, make our house be seen. When out on the lawn there rose such a clatter, we scrambled to see just what was the matter. The Century 21 goalpost had started to glow, a warm golden light on the new fallen snow. When what to our wondering eyes should appear, our Z-Team agents with buyers, my dear. They featured and pointed and showed them the way. They smiled and agreed and nodded okay. Our house got an offer the very next day. We accepted and happily moved on our way. So remember this story when you need to move. The Z-Team Realtors will make it go smooth. On behalf of Linda and myself and all the members of the Z-Team, we wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
And we're back. We're back here with Steve Jones, the athletic director, and Jackie Davis, the assistant athletic director from Yellville Summit. Do a great job over there. High school athletics are so important to this area here, to the kids and to the people that live here.
Well, you know, we were talking off camera about athletes being multi-sport athletes, and not to mention the fact that many of them work part-time jobs.
Sure.
So that is not uncommon. So, you know, we go from football season, and those kids, and this has happened before, have played football on a Friday night, and if that ended the season, turn around, played basketball on Saturday morning.
Wow.
In the flipping tournament, was that the Arvest tournament at that time?
Yeah, the Arvest tournament's right
yeah,
there, right?
And of course they look like, you know, bulls in China clothes that first couple of weeks. But our volleyball players and girls volleyball, you know, they'll have a little break before they get into basketball. But it's the same in Yellville. It's the same kids that play every sport.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, like Coach Davis said, it's their way of life. We don't know any better.
Sure. And it's good, and the team spirit and the team camaraderie is so important to these kids growing up, especially in this electronic age, to get that one-on-one with coaches and with their fellow athletes, and to see feel the accomplishment of getting something done like that.
And move around, you know.
Yeah.
Move around. Let's move a little bit. But that made me think. One of the things about being a multi-sport athlete, now there are athletes that are going to be good at everything. There's those, okay? Coach Davis has a granddaughter like that. But there's some athletes that they're really good at basketball, but softball they're kind of but they still play. But they're much better at this sport, and you see that a lot. So what I love about multi-sport athletes is sometimes a kid may be a star football player. He's kind of so-so in basketball, but he's on the team, and maybe he can come in and get a key foul or something when you need one or something like that. And by the same token, you know, there's a kid that's a really good basketball player, and he's maybe an average baseball player, and someone else gets to be the star.
You know, I know a guy, for great as an athlete as he was, He was terrible at other things. I know Michael Jordan.
Oh,
great basketball player,
sure.
obviously.
Right.
Baseball, golf, So you get that one that you're really good at, and as much as you may want to be really great at the other things, it doesn't always work out.
But not always. There's I always wanted to be really good, and I was as good as I could be.
You pick whatever. When you see you're good at
do.
something, you stay with that, and you try to go from there.
Be as good as you can.
I was going to say something else about our multi-athletes are in the classroom and in our extracurricular academic things. Those will be your kids that are involved the most, and they make good grades, and they're worried about their ACT scores.
Yeah.
I just think in a small school, what's unique, and sometimes the kids don't get enough credit, is they are loaded. They have a full schedule and just handle it so, easily. Well, make it look easy. I'm sure it's not easy, but yeah.
And it's so important for to be able to do that, to be able to keep all those balls in the air.
Yes.
I mean, those are going to be great adults.
Yes.
They're going to be great young adults. They're going to be great.
Sports are fun. That's why we do them. But they're also work. I have never in my life had fun at football practice. Never. Okay? I've always been glad when it was over.
Running the stadium steps and stuff, it was in a good time.
Fun about that. But it does teach you a work ethic, and kids will have that. And I'll use Coach Davis's granddaughter as an example, doing many things. She's going to play basketball Friday night, right? And then this young lady also runs a track for a club team. Am I saying this right? In Arkansas. And they're going to a track meet Saturday morning in Birmingham, Alabama.
Wow.
So they're going to load the car as soon as the basketball game's over and go to Birmingham and then run track the next day.
Coach Melton is real happy with her. I'll tell you.
He's the girls' basketball coach. Yeah, he's thrilled about that.
But that's just all she knows to do, and she manages her time, and her stress level will get to her every once in a while. But like all of our kids, that's what they do. We play ball on Friday, and they have other things going Saturday. Yeah.
And they know how much they can take.
Yeah.
It'll show, and you know that from your wrestlers.
Yeah.
And boys and girls, trying to do different things at the same time.
And some of the benefits between being a multi-sport athlete, it really reduces the risk of getting burned out.
Absolutely.
Because things changing constantly, and that's what keeps your interest up, keeps that spark alive, and to me, I'm a big firm believer in multi-sport athletes.
Right. Yeah. And I think we talked about this last week. Towards the end of every sports season, every player on that team is ready to go to the next sport.
They
want to win. They want to finish up strong. But I'm so sick of basketball. I want to go run track.
Yep.
And by the 10th or 11th football game, they're ready to play basketball.
Sure.
And that's just the way it is.
Well, they're kids, and that's just part of development.
Yeah, attention spans have a little bit to do with that.
That's part of it. You're right.
Yeah. Ready to move on.
Yeah.
We got about 2 minutes.
Well,
go ahead and talk about the strengths you were going to mention.
Well, I've just, I think our teams, I don't know, individually with strength, I talked about, our senior high boys are even, we start 2 10th graders, a junior and a couple seniors, and we do have some seniors coming off the bench, and, he's about 9 deep, but those 10th graders, we see them kind of getting in their groove, you would say.
Sure.
Senior girls, we start 2 seniors, then we have 2 or 3 juniors and a sophomore. We have a sophomore starter that's our point guard, and she's kind of having to learn as we go. I say with those senior girls, they have a Duke. Coach Melton was not their coach last year, so this is his first year with them, so it's a new system. Coach Sims had them down. They knew exactly what they were doing, and Coach Melton's instituted. So, but we think we're about halfway through the season, and some of those things are starting to come together. Would like for us to do well at the North Arc tournament in Harrison right after Christmas, and then we're in the heart of that conference schedule. And like you said, we want to get that regional tournament and see if we can move on in a good spot to the state tournament.
So now, if somebody'd like to come and see a game, what would they do? Where can they find the schedule to know where to come?
Online.
You can go to our website.
Which is
what is it? YellvilleSummitSchools.com,
There you go.
www.YellvilleSummitSchools.com. Go under our sports section.
All the
and there's a
schedules are up.
And they get the schedules
yeah.
right there.
And we're at home. We're at home tomorrow night against Haas Hall Rogers, private school out of North Arkansas. And we're home Friday night against Eureka Springs. That's a big one. That's a big one.
Okay. And you can get great burgers.
Yeah.
Great burgers, great hot dogs,
We
great
gotta go.
popcorn.
We got to go. Thanks for joining us here on the morning show.